Unlock the door, bitch. I'm on my way, and I got chicken strips.
I don't know why they call them chasers. It's not like Chubs can run real fast.
Double vodka with hot brownie chasers.
She just wanted to watch me eat it naked.
I can't say that. That's dirty.
Chasers will do anything to get into your pants. I love them.
Stop it! Stop!
Oh, God.
Chubs gone wild.
Well, hey there, everybody, and welcome back. It's been a while. It's Chubs Gone Wild, episode 526. Is it? I'm going to look that up real quick.
Did you see what I added to the Chubs Gone Wild Facebook page? The guy, the guy that's dancing in his underwear, and he's a chubby guy, and he's selling underwear. It's an ad.
Really?
You gotta check it out because he's adorable, and it's a chubby guy selling underwear. I was floored when I saw it. And I said, "You got to put this on."
Yeah, he's very cute. Hello.
Yeah. It's just I'm always surprised when I'm not surprised that they're trying to sell clothes to chubby guys or
Right.
big women. That's not a surprise, but it's always a surprise when they actually use chubby models to do it. And he's not one of those, oh, I'm 120-pound chubby,
Oh, yeah, right.
He's actually a plus size model.
Yes.
Oh, anyway, I was kind of happy with that. Is it not the 527?
It is 527. I originally said 526 because of a typo, but it is 527. Recorded on January 22nd, 2024. Welcome back, Tom. I'm sure we'll talk more about your adventures and the winning of the championships and everything in your week. But in the meantime, guess what? It's 61 degrees and rainy outside the Chubs Gone Wild remote studios.
Are you really 61 over there?
Well, that's what they said today was going to be the high.
Oh,
But,
okay.
let me-
Mine's showing 59. I don't have a 60 in the forecast.
Yeah, the forecast said
Oh,
that, but
it's-
58 is what I'm seeing. But
Oh, 61's tomorrow.
really, that's amazing. Because when I asked the A device, if you know what I mean,
Yeah.
it told me that it was going to be 61 today. Apparently, it lied.
Well, or it could be perfectly correct, and it's the meteorologists that are wrong.
That is true. I
Which
have
would not
not
be the
met a
first time.
meteorologist that's been right in a long time.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to the time that we get into the 60s during the afternoons, because then I can open up the house and because 60-degree weather doesn't bother me, but 50 just feels a little cold.
Yeah, it has been.
And of course, for those of you in Iowa who are just happy to be over freezing, over zero,
Yeah,
as a warm-up day, because last week they were on the election day last Monday, all of Iowa was under zero
I know. And
as a high.
in that's just crazy. Down in Texas, they've been experiencing freezes. Like Nephi, where he is down in Houston, they had a freeze, and I said, well, it's not freezing here, but it's really cold. It's cold for us here. It's like in the I don't know, it was like in the 30s or something. And he's like, well, we're freezing. We have pipes bursting, and we have things happening. And I said, well, we can both experience the cold. And he just had a meltdown. Oh my God. It's like, Texans, when you give them a little cold weather, they're just like, ah. Anyway.
Oh, we get that way too.
Well, yes.
It's just cold weather. Well, that's it's all subjective. If you're used to
exactly.
You know, like the people in Florida are used to having 70-degree winters. So
Mhm.
when they're down into the 50s, they're shivering.
Yeah.
And when they get down
Yeah.
into the 40s, they've got iguanas falling from the trees.
Scary.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not moving to Florida.
No,
Anything that falls from the trees that isn't a fruit or a leaf, I don't want to see.
I didn't know gay guys fell from trees.
Oh,
All
really?
right.
You're gonna do that? You're gonna talk about you're gonna throw out stereotype and nasty awful words?
Florida's, yes.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. It's 23 degrees. 23 days till Valentine's Day, 283 days till Halloween, and 338 days until Christmas. Time to get our shopping underway. All right. Patreon offers folks a way to support creators and receive rewards not open to the general public, like special podcasts, videos, books, and more. And we want to thank our amazing current patrons: Clint, Nephi, Nick, DJ Sausage from the Universe, Eric, Sean, Phoenix Dave, Brother Sinatus, Kingsley, Kathy Bacon, and Moose P. Please visit patreon.com/Matt Burlingame. Find out how you can become a supporter of all the work that we do for as little as $1 a month. It's time for today's affirmation. Please take a moment to center yourself, stretch your neck. I am created to succeed, and I give thanks for my success now.
Ew.
What?
I'm sorry. It just sounds
Oh,
so religious.
religious? You're
I
sucking
was
seed.
created. I was
I was
created.
created to succeed. Anyway, moving on. You had to take it dirty, didn't you? Well, today in history in
Ew, what does
Sacramento,
that mean?
today in history in
Ew.
Sacramento, California courtroom on January 22nd,
Oh, I thought this was a
1998.
Jerry Sloan thing, but it's not.
Oh
Okay, good.
gosh, no. Uh, Theodore J. Kaczynski pleads guilty to all federal charges against him, acknowledging his responsibility for a 17-year campaign of package bombings attributed to the Unabomber.
Was
All,
one of those in Sacramento?
I think so. It's probably why
Okay.
it was tried here.
I'm trying to wonder why yeah, it was like, why is he
Yeah,
tried here when he was famous? Okay. It's been a long time, I guess.
yeah. Also, 2008, Heath Ledger died of accidental prescription drug overdose. And 1973, Roe versus Wade is decided. We all know
Mhm.
how that turned out.
Yeah.
Thanks, Trump. Holidays. Let's see if we celebrated any holidays. I just know we must have. Today is Answer Your Cat's Questions Day. I'll be doing that later when I go outside and talk to the strays. When they say, meow, and I'm like, no, he hasn't brought any food yet.
Stop it. I'm gonna have to come over there and slap you.
uh, better business communication, celebration of life. Okay. Come in from the cold. I'll do that.
I love that song.
Come
Oh
in
wait, no, that's
from the
coming from the rain.
cold. Jimmy Dean. Jimmy Dean. Wait, no, that's not it. All right. Community manager appreciation. Dance of the Seven Veils. Nope. International Sweatpants Day.
Got it.
All right. National Blondie Brown, Blonde Brownie Day. Hmm. No
That's a
blonde
that's a
brownies.
that's a dessert.
Oh, okay. I get that makes more sense. National Hot Sauce Day. No. Polka dots. No. Okay. Southern food. No. Roe versus Wade Day. Well, we all know how that turned out. We're not allowed to celebrate anymore. And also, yeah. So those are the days for today. Kind of ended on a downer. But you know what aren't downers? Birthdays. And we have a lot of birthdays from a week ago that Well, we don't. We hope that you had a great birthday if your birthday was a
Oh dear God, just start calling out names. Don't
fine.
blame this on me.
I wasn't going to,
Oh, you were blaming it on me. I know where it was going.
only on the inside.
Yeah.
All right. Excuse me. Happy birthday to Sean, Kevin, Rich, Stacy, Linda. Oh, it's Arthur Amrins from formerly of the Amrins podcast. He was
Wait,
over there in Hobbitland.
isn't that 4 words?
No, not this
Oh,
one. Yeah,
okay.
no. And then John Zell. Happy birthday, John Zell. Also, John, David, that blue jeans guy. We have Maze, Lisa, Michael, Clinton, not our Clinton, but another fun Clinton, the cute smile, and Shane. Aw, well, that's nice. Happy birthday, everybody.
That
Happy
didn't seem like a whole lot.
I know it seemed, but we had some back ones from last week that we weren't able to get to, and they're gone now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, feedback. Sean says an 85-inch TV sounds awesome. We got a new 55-inch TV last month. Didn't have the space for anything larger.
I get that. I
Yeah.
get that. I mean, this thing is so big. It is so big.
It
I
is.
mean, people have picture windows that are the same size as my television. I have a picture window that is just slightly larger than this television. Oh, but when
Yes.
I was when I was in Vegas, I
Mhm.
had we our room looked right out on the strip, which was really cool. The Sphere was over here. You could see we could see the fountains from our room.
Mhm.
Well, portion of the fountain,
And
not
that
the
big ball.
that's the Sphere.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And so um, all of a sudden we said, well, there's a projector in here. What's that? So we lowered the curtain because they had like and it was
Mhm.
a projector screen. And so
Wow.
we turn on the projector, and then we got a 120-inch projection that we were watching. So it's like I had my iPad, which has all the stuff we usually watch, but just to see something so big,
Yeah.
we're watching crap TV or whatever's on HBO just so we can, it's I felt like I could drive my car up and watch, a movie. It was so
Yeah.
big.
That's kind of cool though.
It was really, that was really fun.
Well, let's see. Another feedback ping. Nephi writes in and says 85-inch televisions are disgusting, and anyone who owns them is living to excess as a no. I'm kidding. He didn't say that.
I know.
No, but
And
I
he's
don't
going to be mad that you threw his
know.
name out.
Oh well, he can deal with it. Um, I kind of want to get one of those, but for my mom. Like, I think that she would just love something like that. Although she'd probably be like, "Well, it's a little too big in this little room," but I
Yeah,
still
I
think
mean
that's
that's
like,
the whole thing. You can only get a TV that your room can handle.
yeah. I think
So,
mine could handle a bigger one, but 85 is probably just a little too much for
well, what do you
my.
have right now?
I have a 51 or 52. I think it's a 51, and it's totally fine. But
Yeah.
there's always that like little, I wonder what if. All right. Anyway, it's time for Chub Hugs. Tom, what Chub Hugs do you have that you want to send out?
Um, well, Chub Hugs sending out to the good people of New Hampshire who today can make, or well, tomorrow can make a difference in this election if they support Nikki Haley and at least put, you know, they Trump always shows himself as Jesus getting the sword, tucked into. Let's give him the sword just so he
Give him
always
the shaft. Oh,
you know,
sure.
because he feels like he's just walking to the election. You know, I'm a accused criminal. I've got, I've got trials everywhere, and I'm going to be president of the United States. And somebody needs to say, no, you're not. And it
Mhm.
needs to be New Hampshire, and then it needs to be what's the next one? It's not South Carolina. It's what's the one in between? Is it Nevada?
I
No.
forget.
Anyway, whatever.
Age
These
of-
people need to, I'm giving you the chub hug to find the strength to not vote for Trump.
But then the question poses, if if another Republican is nominated, would they have a better shot at winning?
Um, well, probably not, but
Hmm.
I don't want Trump to win. Right
Yeah,
now, they think he's going to win.
yeah.
No, not just the Republicans. I mean, you watch MSNBC, and they're predicting right now that Trump's going to win.
I just don't understand.
I don't either. I don't either. So I'm sending out the chub hugs to give people the strength to make this not happen.
Well, I'm going to send my chub hugs out to anybody who thinks that their vote doesn't matter. Fucking get your ass out there and vote, especially if it is against the crazy Republicans. You know what? I have to say that I wouldn't even mind. Well, I mean, I don't like their policies and stuff like that. But if it was like a boring old Republican like we used to have, I probably wouldn't even mind as much. But
Right.
this new set of crazy people, I just don't.
Because he'll come after the gays, he'll come
Not
after the
fair for
immigrants.
everybody. I
He's
mean,
already taken, women's rights away from them. So he's already come for some portion of the women's rights. He'll come for more. It's a continuation of horribleness, and people need to understand that.
and there will be no stopping.
No, well, first of all, he'll be a dictator within a couple years. We
Oh
won't
no,
have any more.
I don't even think that. I think that the group that he has that set up that are going to work under him are going to just gut everything immediately. I
Yeah,
just it's ridiculous. Okay, moving on. Moving on from the craziness. Let's talk about death. Celebrity deaths. We have David Gale, best known as a recurring role as Brenda Walsh's fiance on Beverly Hills 90210, as Dr. Joe Scanlon on the daytime soap opera Port Charles. He died January 20th. He was 58. Marlena Shaw, who famously sang California Soul, died January 19th at 81. Canadian broadcast journalist, host, and actress Noreen Virgin died on the 15th at age 77. Joyce Randolph, the last surviving member of the Honeymooners cast, died January 13th at 99. Alex Musser, hope I'm pronouncing that right, the actor best known as Del Henry on All My Children, and his brief memorable appearance in the movie Grown Ups, died January 12th by suicide. He was only 50. Bill Hayes, the beloved daytime television actor who starred as Doug Williams in the Days of Our Lives for more than 5 decades, died on the 12th. He was 98.
yeah. I watched him all during those the early years.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Doug's Place.
Yep.
That's where, because he was a singer, and then you had the girl. What was her name?
Gloria Loring.
Gloria Loring. Yeah, and she was on the show. We also had from the to the Fifth Dimension, um, the lead singer. She was on the show for a while too, and they all sang at Doug's Place. So
Ah,
it was great because it gave a whole different um, aspect to daytime soap operas, actually having, music performed.
yeah.
It was
And I
nice.
remember when Bo and Hope got married, and the radio just droned their love song into the ground.
Well, it wasn't their fault. It was because it was popular. Now, which one was theirs? Theirs
I'll
was,
be your friend.
oh, no, that was Gloria Loring's song, right?
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
it was Gloria and whoever she sang with that
right.
song with. That, but it was their, I believe it was their theme song
Because
for their love song. Well, I could look it up because I
I'm
have
trying
this
to, well,
device.
because there was another song that was really popular. I remember um Broken Wing was Josh and Savannah's song.
Mm.
And they every time
Oh, I was wrong. Okay, so it was "Celebrate My Love for You." Tonight I celebrate my love for you. Oh God,
that's not quite the way it goes, but yes.
yeah,
Um
it
and
was too
then
much.
there was Patch and Kayla's, and theirs was that On the Wings of Love? No, I don't know. I know one of them.
Light Mia. Let's see. Patch and Kayla's love song was. Oh yeah, it's giving me some weird ass. Oh wait, maybe I just spelled it wrong. I'm not in love. Days of
Mm,
Our Lives version. That doesn't make sense. If your heart comes out tonight.
see, that doesn't sound right either. Oh, it doesn't matter.
Feel the
Move it.
magic.
No, no, no.
That's weird. I don't
Because they had
remember that. I don't. I mean, I remember them, of course. And Patch just died recently too.
no, he didn't die.
What?
That was a lie, an internet lie. He didn't die.
Seriously?
Yes.
I
Yeah.
thought I thought we
I
talked
mean, I'll
about.
look it up again and see if the information's caught up, but everything I looked up after I saw it online, um, then all of a sudden it was like I went, something doesn't feel right. So I looked it up again and it didn't show him as being dead. Stephen Nichols.
Uh, Bill Hayes, but we knew about that one.
Stephen Nichols, born in 1951, still alive.
Wow. Well, that was fucked up.
Yeah,
Well,
and
good
he's still on
that
the
he's
show.
still
So
alive, but yeah, huh? That's
I
crazy.
know, I know it's amazing because if you want to, you can make a meme that says, "Oh, I'm so sad to find out that so and so died." Send it on the internet, put it on X, put it on Facebook, and see how far it goes.
Well, next you're gonna find out that Betty White died.
No, no, she's still alive.
I believe that. Think of how many times that they announced her dying before actually.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway. All right. Well, continuing on. Lynn Marta, the actress known for her roles in Footloose and Three Men and a Little Lady, died January 11th. She was 78. British film and TV director Roy Battersby died on the 10th after a brief illness. He was 87. Peter Crombie, the actor known for playing Crazy Joe Davola on Seinfeld, died the 10th. He was 71. Aidan Canto, the actor known for his for work on the TV series The Cleaning Lady and Designated Survivor, and such films as X-Men: Days of the Future Past, died from cancer. He was only 42. Henry Johnson, veteran actor, appeared on Battlestar Galactica, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and Law and Order, died January 2nd following a long illness. He was 81. Adam Harrison, the second oldest of Pawn Stars cast member Rick Harrison's three children, was found dead at age 39. Said that he suffered an overdose. And Tisa Farrow, Mia Farrow's youngest sibling, died in her sleep on January 10th. So that is a lot. And it was a lot because, well, just Tom wasn't here. All right, moving on. Celebrity news. The Duchess of York, Sarah Ferguson, has been diagnosed with skin cancer following her diagnosis with an early form of breast cancer this summer. She was in getting a reconstructive surgery after a full mastectomy, and they found this latest version. Dr. Terry Dubrow gave Ozempic a shot, but missed out on the joy of eating. While he still supports the medication, he didn't feel that side effects were worth the reward. In addition to low-grade nausea, the botched star lost interest in food. The plastic surgeon, who is married to the Real Housewives of Orange County star, did I say that right? Who is married to the Real Housewives of Orange County star Heather Dubrow. Yes, okay. Noted that Ozempic really took all the joy of eating away.
That's the point,
Of course,
isn't
he
it?
only had 15 pounds that he was,
Well, and
quote,
yeah,
overweight
you
too.
heard what they're saying now,
But,
that as soon as you stop taking the medicine, the weight gains comes right back.
oh, well, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all because basically whatever told you you don't care about food is now saying, hey,
Eat up.
look at this donut. Mm. All right. Well, with that, Tom wants to talk to you about his trip to Vegas.
Well, first, let me talk about a little TV.
Okay.
We're watching the Real O'Neills, and we're really enjoying it. I'm really surprised how much I've forgotten about the series. Of
Mm-hmm.
course, I only watched it the first time when it first came out. I didn't watch it again after that until now, and it's just it's such a good series.
It
So
is.
I think the big mistake they made with the show was making it too gay right out of the gate.
Hmm.
Because I mean, the commercials made it super gay, and
Right.
so I think that turned a lot of people off because the Kenny character, sure, especially the first season, it was a lot about Kenny, but it was still also about the rest of the family.
Right.
And not just with their dealing with Kenny, but dealing with their own situations. The very first episode, we find out that Shannon's a thief, that
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy's dummy. Mom and dad are getting a divorce, and Kenny's gay.
Yeah.
So it's like, so they all, and they admitted that at the very loudly in a back room at a church event where everyone could hear. So so
And
it
Martha
was
Plimpton is brilliant, isn't she?
what?
Martha Plimpton is brilliant.
Yeah, she's
That's the
she's good.
mother.
Yeah. But yeah, we've really been enjoying the show. Are you still watching The Floor?
No.
Okay. Well, the second and third episodes, I mean, the thing is, it's the same cast. So
Uh,
it's, you know, I like the trivia portion of it. I just hate the game.
uh,
And you know what? I don't,
exactly.
if I'm watching a game show, I don't want to see 80 same 81 people every week. I
Hmm.
just don't, to me, it's boring. And I think Rob Lowe does not look, they need to style him better, because he's trying to do the same thing I'm doing, which is a low grade beard.
Well, yeah, but it works for
It
you.
works for me, but I'm not a fucking movie star.
I
And
think he looks good, but I understand exactly what
I
you're saying.
think, well, try watching it on an 85-inch TV and you'll disagree uh, with
Like to
yourself.
watch
You
him on
realize I was
85 inch.
right. But yeah, I mean, he looks really terrible on my TV.
Uh,
I mean, terrible from, you know,
yeah, no, yeah,
no, it's Rob Lowe.
right.
Uh, he's supposed to be forever young, and he's not.
Hmm.
Okay. Let's see also Bill Maher is back on HBO or Max.
Yeah.
For those of you who usually he starts, well, I guess he starts about this time. Usually it's a little later in the month.
Hmm.
But he's back. I know a lot of it is because after the writer's strike, so much of his people, we've discussed this before, he doesn't need the pay, but the people who work for him certainly need the pay. So I think maybe that's why they're back a little early.
Yeah.
Um, as you and as we talked to, no, we didn't talk about this last week. I broke down because
Aw.
I couldn't find RuPaul's Drag Race anywhere. I mean, I've heard that if I wink wink can find it somewhere, but it's like I don't know how to do that. So,
Right.
so I ended up buying it on Voodoo, um, with a gift that I received from somebody for Christmas. So
Aw.
um, and so we've been enjoying it. First two episodes were the episodes where because they have 14 contestants. So as a way to get the audience to really get to see these characters, they bring in seven the first week, seven the second week, and let them show themselves for the audience, basically. So
Mhm.
in the first two episodes, they don't send anybody home, but it's more of a get to know us kind of thing, get together. Then what happens on the third episode? Then we start the competition, and the queen that went home, oh my God, because it was a ball, and with the ball, you can bring two of the looks to the ball, but the third look you have to make in-house in one day. And this queen
Wow.
was not able to do it, and not able to do it, and ended up coming out in clam digger pants that they just got off the rack,
What?
and a shirt that they kind of they cut portions of another shirt, hot glued it onto this one shirt, took some other pieces of the shirt, hot glued them in the pockets of the clam diggers, and called that an outfit. It looked like something you'd see at the grocery store. And this is RuPaul's Drag Race. So that queen went home. Yeah, it was just hideous. It was hideous. And her wig it still had, I mean, you could actually see, and believe me, I've got the TV for it. You could actually see the the lace around the wig. There's that lace stuff. A lot of people cut it out, or at
Oh,
least you
yeah,
tag it
yeah.
down.
The
Yeah.
list.
This
Yeah.
was like it was actually peeling up. It was bad, bad.
Mm.
So and then what's cool is that I'm not getting untucked because I'm not paying $20 to watch a half-hour show, right? Not doing it. So,
Okay.
but they've got a show on YouTube called Pit Stop, which is basically they talk about the show. So it's kind of like an after show, but it's right now Trixie Mattel is the one hosting it. And then she brings in like a queen and they discuss how awful everything was. So, and it was very funny episode.
Okay.
Um, it's one thing when you got like Andy Cohen, talking about the after show bullshit. I don't care. These are queens and they're going to sit and they're going to get vicious, and it was good. Bianca used to do the hosting, and you can watch old episodes with her, and I just sit and I laugh my ass off. The pit stop is funnier than the show,
Mm.
which it should be. uh
Right.
anyway, Raid the Cage just finished its first season on Paramount Plus or CBS. You can go back to Paramount Plus and look at all 12 episodes. If you have you watched it yet?
Which one? Rated Cage? No, it's on my list, but I just haven't gotten to it.
Well, and see, this is perfect for you because it's one of those shows that you turn on, there's no commercials, and it's just people answering trivia questions and then grabbing prizes.
Oh, well, that sounds fun. Sounds better than Floor.
Yeah, and so you're also it's kind of quick pace, it's fun. And I love watching people try to, they've got certain amount of time to grab as much as they want, and if they can't grab it, then they lose all their prizes that they gathered because they got to get out of the cage before the doors shut on. It's just so much fun. I haven't been this excited about a game show in a long time. And Damon Wayans Jr. from Happy Endings is just so delightful. I can't wait for him to loosen up though, because when he was Brad in Happy Endings, he was just such a delightful character, and it's perfect for a game show. perfect. So I think we're going to see that with the new season. And he's one of the producers, so he can do shit, which is good. Um, as I mentioned, Bachelor is coming back on tonight. So looking forward to that. And don't be waiting until week 6 and go, I don't know where the first 2 episodes went. I can't watch it now. Yeah. Okay, there's 2 shows. Well, not 2 shows. I found a guy on the internet. His name is Tom Allen. I sent you the episode or the scene of it from
Yeah,
yes.
that was
Yeah.
fun.
And he's this balding, well, he's bald. He's a bald Englishman. He's about 40 years old. I don't know why I haven't seen him before now.
He actually, the British baking holiday show, he hosted 1 or 2 seasons of that, I think.
Okay, I'll have to go back. He's so funny.
Yes.
And then and then of course, once the algorithm goes, oh, you like Tom Allen? Hey, we got other things for Tom Allen. And now I'm starting to get a bunch of those on YouTube. So I'm looking forward to watching more. On Peacock, The Traitor, season 2 with Alan Cummings is on. So if you were a fan of The Traitors season 1, it's now on Peacock season 2. Also, it's a reality show with reality TV stars. I mean, they've got Housewives, Survivor, Big Brother, The Challenge. They even have an ex-speaker of the British. What do they call their thing?
Chancellor.
Well, no, where they all yell at each other.
Speaker of the Exchequer, right? I don't know.
But yeah, whatever that he's an ex guy,
Okay.
and then and he's pretty funny. Then there's Ted the series, which is also on Peacock, which is a 40-minute episode, 7 episode season of the Mark Wallenberg TED show, but in this it's not Mark Wallenberg, it's Mark Wallenberg as a like 13 or 14-year-old with a teddy bear. And the teddy bear, he's had his time and now nobody's interested in him anymore, and he's still causing problems. Still funny. And then I saw the movie The Holdovers, which is also on Peacock. I spent a lot of time on Peacock, I guess. This is Paul Giamatti, the movie that he'll be receiving an Academy Award nomination tomorrow for. I don't know if the picture will get up, but it's about a school in the northeast. It's Christmas time, and holdovers is what they call the kids who have nowhere to go at Christmas. Remember, like when Harry was stuck at school over Christmas and Ron stayed?
Yes.
That's what's going on this year on this. So Paul Giamatti is the professor that gets stuck with the kids while everybody else goes home for Christmas holiday. And he's one of those teachers that is a butthole especially at the beginning of the show. Of course, he gets better as the thing goes on, and he's dealing with students that are assholes, rich assholes, as he mentions in the show, because it's a boarding school for rich kids who basically their parents can't control. So yay, they get to live there full time.
Yeah.
But there's really good performances. I thought the movie was too long, but the performances are good. This is by Alexander Payne, who did amazing movies like the Dependence, George Clooney in Hawaii, that movie, my favorite movie of the year that year. The Election with Reese Witherspoon, he directed that, but he also did movies that I hated, like Sideways. So he's like a hit miss guy for me. You know, if you like this movie, you're going to hate his next one. It's almost guaranteed. At least that's how it works for me. And then Vegas. So I was in Vegas. We were there for a softball tournament. Yes, a softball tournament. No, I was not playing. So we got down there a couple days ahead of time, just so we wouldn't be rushed. And we ended up at a real nice place over at the Hilton. like I described, it was a 1 bedroom. We had one of those big jacuzzi tubs for two, and which I'm not climbing into because it was too fucking to climb into, but Sean used it almost every night. It's a huge room. We had a full kitchen,
Nice.
um, which forced us to have to go to Costco because we had a full-size refrigerator too. It was crazy. It was crazy. Anyway, and it's right on the Miracle Mile, so there was a lot of restaurants and stores right next to the hotel. On Thursday night, we went to see RuPaul's Drag Race show that was there that they and it's if you're in Vegas and you like RuPaul's Drag Race, you have to see the show. It's got all the characters in the show are from the show, are from the TV show, are on their stage show. So they come out and they talk and well it's like, okay, we're gonna have it's a contest and who's gonna win the night type thing. And so
Right.
it's really cute, really fun show. And then we saw one called Potted Potter, and it's a two-man show where they're supposed to tell the whole story of Harry Potter, all 7 books. And of course, it is not what it says it's going to be, because one guy is knows nothing about Harry Potter books, and the other guy is like he knows everything about Harry Potter books. And so they're going to act them out, but they don't have a budget. It's a cute little show about two guys fucking up. But we had a good time. Sean enjoyed himself. It was fine. Yeah.
Good.
It was, I mean, these guys worked their asses off for 90 minutes, though, I'll tell you, because they're the only ones on stage and they're doing silliness and they're both British, so you would like that part too.
Oh, nice.
And they were both cute.
Oh, well, that's always a plus.
Always a plus.
Yeah.
And that's about, I mean, there's other things, but I'm just exhausted. So go ahead.
Okay. All right. Well, let's see. So we did watch a couple things. Let's see. Get back
Percy
up.
Jackson.
So yeah, the first one was Percy Jackson. Are you all caught up on all the episodes so far?
Well, we ended up in Las Vegas, right?
Yes.
Yes. So I'm
Yeah.
all caught up.
All right. So episodes 4 through 6 was the last one Vegas. The last one, no. Yeah. I was just trying to make sure because I know that they left Vegas and went to the ocean. Just trying
Did
to
they get to because I didn't see that one.
Okay. Well, it could have been the end of the same episode. Anyway, okay. So yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm enjoying it. I think these 3 episodes were way better than the last 3 episodes, and those were good. So I am full in on this one and looking forward to more. I do think that every episode they have a big bad kind of, to throw at them, and yeah.
You're just saying
Sometimes they kind of come out of nowhere, like the mother of monsters. It's kind of like, oh, where'd she come from? Okay, well, this is what she does. Okay, now okay. Oh, and defeated. So, and obviously that's the way the show's got to be. I'm not panning it, but it is a little like just kind of, okay. But I thought I'm just really enjoying the series, and I wasn't sure I was going to. So, what do you think of it?
Well, I think I'm enjoying it more than you are because I'm not sitting there questioning everything. But well, I mean, I figure it's got to be a monster every week
Yeah.
because that's the story is him traveling and them trying to kill him. So
Right. Did you get to the gold chair?
I don't know which that was
Okay,
that.
you don't know what I'm talking about, then you might be 1 episode behind.
No, because I saw the Vegas one, and that's the last episode that aired.
Nope. If you don't know what I'm saying by the gold chair, no, you're an episode behind. I just watched it last night.
Okay.
So maybe a new one dropped. But
Maybe that's okay.
anyway, you'll love it. This was one I'm really enjoying it. So there, that's all I'm gonna say about it. I don't want to give away any spoilers for anybody that hasn't seen it yet.
Yeah, well, let's just say if you got Disney Plus or if you got Hulu, watch it.
Yeah, and if you love fantasy, you love the Harry Potter type stuff, anything like that, and you're gonna like this.
And
So
the kids are good, and
watch it.
there's lots of cameos.
Right. Oh yes, and not only that, but the kids, they're not dumbing down the kids,
No, not at all.
and I really appreciate that. So okay, and then the other show also on Disney Plus, which I knew nothing about until, well, it was just there, and I said, "Oh, the whole thing's out." All the episodes of Echo. So Echo was the if you watch the Daredevil show,
Hawkeye,
what's that?
Hawkeye.
Yeah, you're okay. Yeah, it was Hawkeye. For some reason, I Daredevil plays into it, but I guess only
But they
because
all
it was Kingpin. Well, but specifically because Daredevil went up against Kingpin. But yeah, so Hawkeye was the one where Echo was introduced, and we get like the full thing with her. She is Native American, which the whole thing centers around that. Now there is also Latinx in it because they are Lopez, but primarily it is
and she's deaf.
she is, and she also has a missing leg. Well, the lower
Yes.
part of her like foot
And
from a
isn't she a
car
lesbian?
accident.
Isn't she a lesbian too?
Uh, that's I'm not completely sure of. They haven't really gone into
For
any
some
of
reason
that.
I think she's a lesbian. Maybe it's just me. How many episodes did you watch?
All of it. I'm done.
Oh, I only saw the first two.
Okay. Yeah. Then I can understand how it can lead that. Also, the little girl in the tent was her sister. So, because when I first saw that without any context, I thought maybe she had a crush on the little girl and they were friends, but no, that's her sister. So it is good. It does get a little bit magicy, but not anything that is like, she doesn't like take off and start flying through the sky or anything like that. But it is a good, solid series. It does a great representation for now for the Choctaw, basically. Uh, yeah, so watch it. It's good, but don't think that you're gonna get like Wonder Woman coming in or anything like that. But
Well, you know what I like about this is I'm always a big fan of of looking at a different character, and even
hmm
if you already know the storyline.
hmm
It's I always thought because I always thought it'd be funny to write. Well, I've kind of diddled around with it. Like for instance, what did the neighbors to at The Exorcist, the people who lived across the alleyway, what were
yeah,
they thinking? What the noise that was going on there, and
yeah,
were was some of that scariness affecting them, or like when things were flying around the room, were they
yeah,
flying around the room and them because they were adjacent to them? I always thought it would be interesting to see what the neighbors think
right.
on some of these shows, like Streetcar Named Desire. He's there out there going, oh my God, Stanley's out there screaming again. I'm going to call the police. I'm going to call the police. This is ridiculous.
It's like the original Charmed when they finally met one of the neighbors and they're like, we just thought you guys had a lot of wild parties. So yeah. I do like that, and this is one of those characters where you're like, wow, she's a really badass character, and then you get a full series about her, and it pays off. It's good. It's really good. So, and I love the fact that they had sign through the whole thing. It wasn't distracting. It was just really well done. So, oh, and it had I think it had was it David So in it? I have to look that up for later when you talk about finishing it. But it had some of my favorite older actors who have played Native American parts before in it. So anyway, anything else that we're watching currently together?
Um, well, I've watched, I've seen all of Monarch.
You have, okay. I just finished it. So what did you think? Okay, this is Monarch Legacy of Monsters. It's an Apple TV exclusive, which meant
Right.
I had to go find it. And of course, I found it without the Japanese subtitles, but there was still enough going on in the scenes that you understood basically what was happening for those scenes. But what did you think?
I enjoyed it. I've always, okay. I'm old and I've been around. I'm almost as old as Godzilla. I may be older. I don't know. And so I've grown up with Godzilla forever. So I've always
Mhm.
been a big fan of Godzilla and the whole monster thing. So what I liked about this show was it wasn't about Godzilla. It really wasn't. It was about, I mean, yes, it was about Godzilla because they make reference to the movie that came out where Godzilla was trying to kill those two monsters that were in San Francisco.
Yeah.
So that's part of it. So they're kind of constructing from there. But the movie is about this girl who goes to visit where her dad was living in Japan.
Mhm.
She actually was in San Francisco during G Day,
Right.
which was Godzilla Day. And so she goes to visit her dad, who just passed away, gets to his house, opens the door, and finds out that he's got a whole other family living in that house. Well,
Yeah.
a son and a wife.
Right.
So they have their own little thing going on, and then also they get a siren goes off, so everybody runs to the shelters, thinking there may be like Godzilla showing up back
Mhm.
in
The Titan
Japan,
attack.
and so once they get into the shelter together, the three of them kind of join together and go, well, we need to find out what's going on and what happened to our dad now.
Mm.
And so the two of them, they go off trying to find out what's happening. And it's them with one of their friends traveling around, well, not around the world, but around quite a bit of space, trying to
Mm.
find out what's happened to the dad. Um, and every once in a while, actually every episode, we get a creature, we get a monster, something's
Mhm.
going on. So there's something happening. It moves well. There's a storyline that's about the people who first discovered the hole where that leads to this other world
Right.
back in the 50s. And now this takes place in, it wasn't current. I don't remember when it took place, but
2015 is when
15,
it's
that's
set.
right.
Yeah.
That's right. And then when at the end it was 2017.
Yeah.
So it's just about there's so much going on. I was thoroughly
Mhm.
enjoying it. I really had fun. Kurt Russell stars in it as well because his son is one of the creators of the show.
And his son is also his son plays the younger version of him.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was really cool too.
And
Um,
but it was just so much fun. It really was a fun show, and it had a great ending at the end of the first season. Had a great ending. Sean didn't like it because he doesn't like cliffhangers, but it's like,
oh,
yeah, that's the best part of the ending of a season. But
yeah.
and then but what was so much fun about that was it makes reference to a different movie that we know about. So it was
Yeah.
all good. It was all really good and fun. And I look forward to a second season. If they don't have one, I'm rushing the offices at Apple TV.
And from what I understand, they are already supposed to have secured it, but I'll have to check to make sure. But I agree. I actually It took me a couple days to get through it, but it was another one that I binged watched because it was so good that every time I went to turn it off and say, okay, enough for now, I ended up watching the first 5 minutes of the next episode and getting sucked in and watching the whole thing. The cast was excellent. The production values were great. There were some times when I felt like I could use a little bit more monster, but they gave me enough to keep me going. Um, yeah, it really great show. Totally recommend it. Whether you're into monster movies or not, doesn't matter. Well, this is a good show.
Yeah, and there's enough going on that it's not a monster show.
Right,
It,
exactly.
it the monsters are supporting characters in the show. You're getting caught up in the characters and their search for their father's death and
Yeah,
what happened. So
yep. It totally out of the Apple show because the last Apple show I saw was that one where I don't even remember what the hell it was. The one where the monsters or aliens or something came out of nowhere and you never knew really what the fuck was going on.
Invasion. Yeah.
Ugh. I mean, I really wanted to like it and there was some good things in it, but the characters, I didn't care about any of the characters.
Well, and they had too many characters.
That's true.
And
Yeah.
and then the second season started, and I thought, okay, the second season, I watched the whole first one. Second
Mhm.
season started. The first episode was good, and then first episode was good. Episode went just back to the same old bullshit that the
Mhm.
last season had, and I went, okay, I'm done.
Yeah. See, wasn't even really interested in watching the second season. This one, I want them to bring a second season out now.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay. The new WoW patch dropped, World of Warcraft. It brought with it some solo dungeons with NPCs. Those that
Ah,
know WoW will know what that is. And it was so fun. It's so fun running dungeons without the pressure of running them with other live people, but you still have the feeling that you're in a group. So that was really fun. And great content. So yeah, and Gilneas is freed. So yay. If you're into WoW, or even if you haven't played for a while and you're kind of thinking about picking it up again, this is a real good time to do it. I watched a movie. I watched stand up called Dawn French is a Huge Twat. It is her one woman show, and she talks about a whole bunch of things that happened in her life and stuff, where she basically kind of, well, came off as a huge twat. And so it was really fun. I love Dawn. She's she and Penelope Keith and Miranda Hart are three of the British actresses who and comedians who just have really had a profound impact on me. So loved it. It's on YouTube. It's totally worth the watch, especially if you like Dawn French. Go watch it and make sure you watch there's two versions, and one of them is the longer, fuller version. So watch that one. Um, I started to watch Gen V today. I haven't finished the first episode, but I'm already all the way into it. So I'll keep watching that one. I think that's the one I'm going to be binging right now. Fellow Travelers, I got up to episode, I think I'm on just started episode 6, and then found out I thought I was on the last episode. Turns out, well, there's 10 episodes, I think. And so I have more to go. It is a really well done series. Matt Bomer and Jonathan Bailey. Jonathan Bailey, of course, was from Bridgerton. He was the lead love interest in season 2. Um, it is a really good show. It is hard for me to watch because it bounces between the early AIDS epidemic and the McCarthy hearings. And those are the two things that whenever it seems like whenever you're gonna do something that's kind of gayish, gay period piece type thing, they always pick those two periods, and I'm just kind of burned out on them. But I will still finish this out because it is a really, really well done series, and I do encourage you to go see it, to go watch it. Reacher season 2 just finished that one actually today. 6 episodes, 8 episodes. I forget. One or the other. It is a really good series. It is bloody. It is fun. It is everything that you think the Reacher season is going to be. The cast was really good. And the ending was a very satisfying ending. The last episode was just like, okay, this made anything that I may have said, rolled my eyes at through any of the rest of the season, the finale made up for it. It was really good. I may have mentioned this last time. I don't think I did, but I watched The Dark Side of Comedy with Brett Butler, who was the star of Grace Under Fire. If you ever wonder what happened to her or what's going on with her or what the deal with the collapse of the show or anything else is, you should watch this. It's on YouTube. There's a whole bunch of, I think it was maybe from Vice or some things. But anyway, there's a whole bunch of the Dark Side of Comedy series where they deep dive into some of the comedians and stuff who've just really struggled, had a hard time, whatever. But this one is really, really good. And if you liked her or like her, go watch this. It's well done, and there's others there that you might like too. I watched some Hell's Kitchen last night just to kind of watch something I didn't have to concentrate on too much, and I'm really liking the current season. It might be done. I don't know. I'm on episode 10, 9 or 10. So, but I already know that I want the Irish guy to win, but probably
I'm
won't.
I'm watching it as well. I
Are you?
want, yeah, I
Oh,
want Jonathan to win.
Jonathan. That's not the weird guy, is he?
Well, the only other guy with the beard.
Oh, the guy with the long beard with the daughter.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
he's
think.
pretty cool. I like him too. He makes some kind of dingy mistakes sometimes, but yeah, I
How
think
far
he's
are you
he's
in?
really cool. Good. I am. They just kicked off the black lady with the 3 kids.
Yeah. Okay. So, well, I'm all caught up.
Oh, okay. So I think I still have like an episode or two to get to before I'm caught up then. But yeah, I like the Irish guy. I do like Jonathan. There's one of the women that I like, but I never remember what her name is.
Yeah,
So,
not a big fan of the most of the women on the show this season.
you know, I noticed that too. And that one woman who is like, well, I'm gonna keep going, but I don't think I even belong here. I'm like, girl, come on, what are you doing? Oh, so the episode that I just finished was the one with the where they do the taste test and then they drop the disgusting stuff on them. That's the one I just finished.
Okay.
Okay. I was just checking because you froze for a sec. So, all
Figured
right,
too.
well, let's jump into some advice here. And this comes from someone else's mom. My sister says it's just because we're so alike, but my father has set up this constant competition with me that is becoming a major pain in the ass. I keep hearing how when he was my age, he already had done whatever it is I happen to be currently working on. And it can be on my school's basketball team or in the Spanish club, or last time then it was the National Honor Society. When I do tell him something I did that normal parents would be impressed by, like when I made the captain of both varsity teams I played on last year, he gives me the so what attitude and starts comparing with what he can still do as an old man that's better than what I did or can do. Is this normal?
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah. My my dad kind of he didn't do the he didn't do the comparison of like, oh yeah, I've already done that, blah blah blah, because well, he didn't. But it was the who cares? I can beat you up type thing, or who cares? You're stupid. But it wasn't. But there were some things that he definitely was very competitive with for absolutely no fucking reason.
Yeah, I when I see this, it just makes me think that everyone will go, oh, it's just because he wants to be harder. Yeah, feels he has to be harder on you. I just feel
Uh,
he doesn't like you. That's
yeah,
the
or he's so insecure in his own self that he's not going to give you the
see. I don't think that. I just think that
dick.
if I mean captain of both varsity teams, that is not a light, an easy thing to do.
No, I
And
mean,
that is a real big accomplishment.
yeah,
Even though we care, that's a real big accomplishment. And to belittle that just makes it sound like you can't do anything right for this guy, so don't even try.
right. I would just say forget telling him. Just stop telling him shit.
Well, you're still gonna tell him shit, but if he gives no reaction, fuck him. Who
Yeah.
cares?
Oh well, let's see what someone else's mom had to say. Your father's reactions may not be normal in general, but they're certainly not unique. There's often a natural competitiveness between younger men and their fathers that I'm betting goes back to as far as since humans have been around. Your father's possibly dealing with some of the insecurities that come with the territory of getting older. Huh, okay. Um, it happens to the best of us. It might be a good idea to let him know that you're not, in fact, competing with him. Rather, you're just working through your own goals and achievements, your own milestones on your own timetable. He will not give a shit, probably.
No.
Uh, it's unlikely that this will be a magic fix, but at least perhaps the approach will allow you to get some frustration with your dad off your chest by letting him know you're fine with how you're living your life. Hmm, okay. I still say maybe kicking him in the nuts would. Oh, hey, that's horrible. Who said that? Um, all right. Hey, Chubs, do you think it's easier for men or women to find good partners? And this comes from our Timothy.
Honestly, I think it's easier to find good partners if you realize the kind of people that you want to be around.
Hmm.
I personally think that that men, why is it that men and men, straight or gay, have better friendships with same sex than they do um, with the opposite sex? And I think that a lot of couples are the same way. I mean, you go into a relationship with somebody who's exactly opposite of you. How do you think that's going to be an easy fix? You know,
Yeah.
and I think that people who find the right match of the same sex are it's always going to be an easier blend. I don't know. I always think like when women go, I can't find a good man. It's like because you're looking for somebody who's so totally different from you.
Hmm.
And what are we going to have to talk about? Nothing. You're a girly girl and you want a bodybuilder and you don't want to work out. So right there, you got no time with each other. You got nothing to compare to, nothing to work for. I mean, it's like guys that go, oh, chubby chasers who go, yeah, I want a guy that I want a fat man who likes to hike and camp
Yeah.
and travel and
Right.
go on long bike rides. It's like, fuck you. What are you talking about? And that's the problem. I think um because look at lesbians, they just match up right away. It might not work
Mhm.
out in the long term, but that is within everything. But with gay men and gay women, they match much easier, quicker. And I
Mhm.
think that's the reason why. It's because they have something that they have in common. You
Okay.
know, when you go, oh, my vagina hurts, and I'm looking at you like, I don't know what that means. What do you mean? What? What does that mean? I just don't get it. So go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think either sex has an easier time necessarily, but uh yeah, I just but I do I I love seeing couples, and the best couples seem to be the ones who have common interests and common personalities. So I don't know if that's kind of playing what you're talking about, but there's this
Yes,
guy
yes,
on
it is.
YouTube that his channel's like Corey H or something like that, and he does these cooking things where they end up watching some little cooking thing or making a drink or something, and then he and his girlfriend or fiance or whatever, they do this like 1 minute quick video of putting it together and trying it out. And it's really good, and they both have these insane little personalities, and they fit together so well. And I wish he was gay. And anyway, moving on. Yeah, I hope that answered your question. I don't think it did though, but who cares? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. All right. No, seriously. Hey, Chubs. This comes from our Timothy again. If Bath and Body Works made a candle based on you, what would it smell like? Well, for Tom, it would smell like rotten egg farts, because he talks about them a lot.
No, I don't. Rotten egg farts?
Well, you talk about farts a lot.
Well, that's not rotten eggs.
Well, you talked about that last episode, like a lot.
Did I?
Yeah.
Okay. And yours would smell like
Yeah.
depression.
Oh, you know me so well.
I do. No, mine would smell like vodka and cookies baking.
Oh, I like the cookies baking part. Yeah. Mine would smell like, oh gosh, I don't know.
Desperation? No. Um, uh,
No,
the
probably not.
let's see. I better stop while I'm ahead. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
probably. Yeah, mine would probably smell like I don't know, some sort of, I don't know, what the fuck does writing smell like? I don't know. Oh, old books. There
Oh no, mothballs and cat box.
okay. We don't even have a cat. Hello.
No, but you got a cat box.
For the dog, so it's a dog box.
It's not a dog box. You
I'll tell
cannot.
you, that's one of the best things our cat ever did before he left, though, other than being a really sweet, wonderful kitty, is that he taught Kaya how to use a cat box.
That's amazing. It really is. Like, because I've seen people that have gotten like AstroTurf and put it
Uh-huh.
on like their patio for the dog to use.
Yeah.
But the cat box is perfect for dogs.
Especially a little chihuahua, and she
Well, obviously a little dog. I mean,
well,
you don't
yeah.
want to be Dane trying to take a dump in a cat box.
There was a point where we thought that Jax was going to start trying, but we did manage to take that out
Yeah,
of it.
when I was living with Jaina, her cat would stand in the box and shit outside of the box.
Yeah, our little shadow, or no, not shadow, but socks. He kind of had that problem too
Yeah,
sometimes.
it was
Well,
not
he
pretty.
wasn't exactly. He was the best, sweetest little guy, but he had some moments. All right. Thank you so much, Timothy, for writing in. We really appreciate that. And by the way, if anybody wants to chime in and say what they think about things like that, although you know especially like the partners thing, we'd love to hear it. Just send it into chubsgonewild@gmail.com. And if you have any questions you'd like to ask, do the same. All right. What's in your lunchbox? Well, guess what? We have a number of things in the lunchbox because, it's been a little while. Starting with me, my dear friend Larry Dean, bought me some sushi. He brought me a dragon roll, and I guess that's a lemon roll. I'm not sure. You know sushi a little bit better than I do, but it had like little tiny thin slices of lemon on top. And it had some, and the fish was raw, and it had some carrots and some, I guess that's tofu or some sort of sauce. I don't know, but it was really good.
That's not carrots, that's
What?
fish eggs.
No way.
Yeah, it's
I thought
roe.
that was just like carrot shavings. Oh
Oh,
well, it was good.
it's roe. Yeah, I like roe as a lot. And I've never seen the lemon thing. Where did he go?
I don't know, actually. I think it was probably the little place. Well, no, it was probably someplace out near Rockland, like where he works type area.
Because I guess the dragon roll, which is not the lemon one, that looks really good.
It does, and that one was cooked. So, and the
Right.
other one was not. And but they were both really good. So, yum
And how
yum.
come you didn't put my stuff up?
What stuff?
White Castle. The picture's there if you would have looked at it. And Guy Fieri, when I went to Guy Fieri's restaurant and I got winner chicken dinner.
In your text.
Yes,
Oh, I know you sent me a couple things a long time ago.
it wasn't a
Oh,
long time
wait,
ago.
there. Okay, I didn't see that one.
Yeah, of course you didn't.
Now you're
Because
talking about the one with the
chicken.
pepper in the rolls. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that chicken, that looks really good. Okay, I'll put that up there. The White Castle, I will put that up there if you
Well,
want.
and because the White Castle I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
And I'll tell you, everyone talks about White Castle.
Hmm.
It was garbage. It was garbage food. Have you ever
I've
had
never
it?
cared for it either.
Oh my God. Where did you have it?
Well, I probably had like the frozen stuff.
Oh, okay. Well, can't imagine it being any worse than the get it fresh from the store stuff.
Okay.
Um, but it was like the meat was so thin, it was scary. And then of course there were pickles on it, which I took off because I hate pickles on burgers.
Right. Yeah.
Pickles,
I
but
know
not on burgers. Um, and then we got the cheese, and you get like four of them, and it's like I would rather have just had one really good hamburger and not all and their fries were crap. The whole thing was just awful. I was
that. It's
shocked.
supposed to be so good too. I don't
Well, everyone goes, "Oh, so you really like it when you're drunk and you pick up like a 10 pack of them and you're just da." And I'm like, "Oh my God, I had trouble forcing down four of them." I mean, granted, I wasn't high at the time, I don't
Mm.
think. But it was gross. It was just gross.
You know,
I was
that's what they say with that's the only time I like Del Taco is after like I've been like really drinking. Other than that, I don't like Del Taco at all.
Yeah, when I was a kid, it was at least out here, it was Jack in the Box. And you would go
Ah,
get because the tacos were you got two for $1.
mhm.
So, I mean, even back when I was a kid, I think they were two for $1. And I could see that because they're kind of greasy and they're kind of they got some kind of protein in it, maybe. I don't know what it is. And you get a slice of cheese and it's crunchy. So that's good food for hangover, not hangover, but drunk. But oh my God, it was just awful. Now the Guy Fieri thing, the chicken was really good. The cornbread with the jalapeno in it was the size of a coaster and is about as thick. It was terrible. Um, so I was not impressed. I was impressed. I liked the chicken, but the most of it was I was really surprised. We got there and they didn't have any trash can nachos.
Oh,
And that's kind of the thing you go to Guy's place for is the trash can nachos. So
okay.
we were disappointed in that, but but not disappointed enough to not enough disappointed to come back the next day when they would have nachos again because the food was not that good.
I'm really surprised.
Yeah, I was too.
I mean,
But then he had
I mean that roll looks really, or the bit, I
the
guess.
chicken was excellent. The chicken was really good.
Yeah.
But the and the um but when he had a restaurant here in town, it closed because it was awful. So
Wow.
maybe it's just I don't know. I don't know. But
Hmm.
okay, let's go ahead to
Okay, well, I just got those photos up there on Facebook. So if you want to see what Tom was just talking about, go check that out.
And it
And
was
you can
funny.
check out the other stuff too. We do have some. Well, we have one from Baron, our Baron Frosty here,
Oh, we're
and
going
you
first.
see
Okay.
that? I love that plate that he sent.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
right below Moose's.
Yes.
And then he said, listening to you two men while making my lunch, tuna and Swiss on naan. Yum. I have never thought about putting something like that on a naan bread. Of course,
Well,
now that I found out I'm allergic to tuna, I don't have it that much
you're
anymore.
allergic to tuna as well? I thought it was shellfish.
It's tuna and shrimp. I know.
Just kill yourself.
Something that I've been eating all my life and then gone, oh, well, maybe that's why I broke out.
But I really like the idea of the naan, though. That's a really good idea.
Yeah, it really is. In fact, I need to like look at some non-bread because I haven't had any in a long time. Okay, well, I mean more than just look at it. I need to like buy it. So yeah,
Well, in the
that would just be
smaller
odd
discs,
to go to a store and look at it. What?
because usually they're the size of a tortilla.
Hmm.
You got it smaller, and where it was more the size of like, because this is probably not a dinner plate. This is probably a salad plate. So,
Hmm.
so one that was about half the size of regular tortilla size, and
Right.
then you can get two of those. And yeah, I like this idea a
Yeah,
lot.
I stopped eating tortillas. I was eating them for a long time. I really liked them, but I just stopped. You know how many calories are in a single tortilla? It's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
but
All right,
it's a vehicle for other stuff.
true. Yeah,
I mean, try
all
to have a
right,
quesadilla without a tortilla.
that's true. I love soft tacos with just a bunch of sour cream in it. Just so good. All
So it's
right.
the only thing you put in the tortilla.
Well, I put a little meat and cheese,
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
but for the most part, it's all about the sour cream.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
All right. Let's see. Mr. Moose wrote in and sent some amazing photos, including a new burger place opened out in the suburbs called Backyard Burgers. Flame grilled burgers with each patty a third of a pound. Good idea. But the burger was slightly overcooked. Pepper jack cheese on the burger, fries were a little soggy, chicken tenders were good.
Well,
Well,
fries
I'm
are awful.
sorry that happened because when I'm looking at this photo, it looks really good.
I know. This makes me want to go, hurry up. I've got to eat something.
Exactly. All right. Also, cooked white bean and corn chicken chili. Smells good. Looks good too. Nice big chunks of chicken in that. We have some walnut chocolate chip
By
cookie.
the way, Moose was he liked the pictures before we even started recording.
Oh,
I happened
that's
to
because
see
he's
this.
on it.
I saw it on the screen. I'm like, okay,
Uh,
yeah.
also, here are some sugar cookies. Those look like really fun sugar cookies. I love good home baked sugar cookies.
I just like baked home baked cookies. They
Well, yeah.
well, because you go to the store. I mean, Mrs. Fields was different.
Mm-hmm.
They were always they felt home baked and
Mm-hmm.
extra special home baked cookies. But you go to like even Costco, you go to Costco, they have a funny taste to them. They
Yes.
have a different chew. You go to
Mhm.
Safeway, they're dry, they're,
Yeah.
they you don't taste the butter when you're eating it's just
Yep. And I don't you don't taste any butter. And yeah, you're right. There's a plasticky kind of my favorite cookies. Well, actually, my favorite cookies, I think Tahoe, Pepperidge Farm's Tahoe, I don't know.
yes,
They're
yeah.
they're chocolate, white chocolate macadamia uh cookie.
Yeah, we've
That's my
talked about
favorite
them.
type of cookie is white chocolate macadamia.
Yeah, it's the best. It really is. But
Okay, and then we got okay. Beep, 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 beep,
what's the
beep.
next cookie?
Well, it's early on a Saturday morning. We survived a lot of crazy winter storms this week. Temperatures are going to drop all day today, and we're heading into the teens and 20s for the next week or two. I need some happy food, so I baked 3 pans of cookies, walnut chocolate chip, sugar, and oatmeal with no
Oatmeal.
raisins.
Oh no. Oh, Moose.
Sending pictures on separate emails. Here are oatmeal. No, they aren't symmetrical. Did I mention it's early in the morning? Too damn early to worry about what they look like. Actually, they look really good.
I know. I'm thinking it doesn't matter. It's a cookie.
Yeah, actually,
Because you look at the walnut chocolate chip, there's that the one that looks kind of like, what is that? Is that St. Louis? I mean, Missouri, Arkansas? Maybe it's Arkansas. Looks like Arkansas.
okay.
And but you know what happens? I always use the scoop, the the medium size ice cream scoop for the cookies, and then but unfortunately sometimes they just melt in together, and then you
Yes.
cut them out the way you want to. But it's a cookie. I don't care if it's square or round or diamond shaped. Just give it to
Oh
me.
yeah, a good Toll House pan bake cookie to me. That's really good too. Um, wow. I used to just get flour and sugar and butter and well, basically that, and an egg, probably, depending on the recipe, and just throw it together when we had like next to nothing and make a basic drop cookie. All
Well,
right.
remember, you always have cinnamon around.
Oh, that's true. I do like cinnamon on cookies too.
But because people like go, well, I don't have any chips to put in it. It's like, dust them
Yeah,
with some cinnamon sugar.
yeah, yeah. All right. Homemade chili with sour cream. Yes. Side of Fritos. This batch of chili turned out really good, spicy but not too hot. Lots of lean beef. Mm, I do love a really good chili.
Yeah, I made one. I made chili a couple days ago, and I don't think Sean liked it as much as normal.
Really?
Yeah.
Is he feeling okay?
I don't know. Maybe it wasn't spicy enough. It was. I mean, it was okay. I felt it too. I felt it too.
And
Uh,
the
But,
first
but so
batch.
I have a whole thing of chili left.
Mhm.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to um,
Bring it
basically
over.
make a chili dip out of it.
Oh yes.
So heat it up, put some cheese on it, put some I've got some probably some slice some jalapenos, put it over it because he likes those, and then the sour cream, and then get some nice chips from the grocery store that makes their own chips. They're
Uh-huh.
always and just do like a chili cheese dip with it.
Oh, that sounds really good. The first time that I ever really made a real chili and winged it myself, I actually made it so hot that people had said they turned it into dips and it was good, but it was too hot as chili.
Right.
Yeah. So, all right.
Oh, by the
That's
way, I
yeah.
have a friend. I have a friend. Well, kind of a friend. I
Now,
know someone. I know someone who I caught eating sour cream out of the tub with a spoon.
okay, that's even a little much for me, but okay.
I mean, it was like this. It's like I came around the refrigerator door, and it's like,
Oh gosh.
and they had been there for more than just one spoonful. That
Oh,
yeah.
well, we all have our own thing. I like to occasionally take a swig of half and half, and
Yeah.
other people just think that's disgusting. And for me, it's like, well, tastes good. I mean, I
Wait,
wouldn't sit there and drink a whole glass of it, but you know,
oh, okay, that
some
kind.
people probably would. I don't know.
Well, they use half and half at Starbucks all the time too. Instead of creamer, they use
Oh,
half and half.
makes sense. All right. Golden Rule Services want you to know about an important tool in preventing you from contracting HIV. PrEP is a medication proven to be 99% effective in preventing HIV infection. To learn more about PrEP, visit sacgrs.org. And find Tom's other podcast at swanerandjudd.com.
Wait, Timothy Burkhart just gave yummy to the to Moose's cookies.
I would give yummy to Moose's cookies too. And his cookies as well. All right. Find my books at justkisstheguy.com. Find all of our links at allmylinks.com/chubsgonewild. And give us a call at
408-69 Chubs.
Yes. And we are so glad to be back with you. And thank you all so much for everything that you do, for supporting us, for tuning in, for sending us things, for being part of our Patreon. Just thank you. And we love you, and we will catch you next week. Bye.
Bye.
A network of inclusion.
UnivazPods.net.
This show is part of the Pride 48 network.
This has been a For Fuck's Sake production.